Third reactor, roll off.
What's going on, Reactor Rights? Welcome back for another review. I'm Mike.
And I'm John.
And today we're going to talk about X-Files. X-Files Revival, the return of Scully and Mulder have come back to television. We recently watched the first episode as well as the second episode back to back. So we're going to cover that in this review. A lot of stuff to take in. It's been a long time since the show's been off the air. Were you? Yeah, there's that. Were you a big fan of the show when you're younger?
I was somewhat a casual fan of the show. It would be showing on Fox, and I would watch some of the episodes here and there. One of my favorite episodes would have to be the one with Giovanni. Is it Giovanni Ribisi?
Yeah. Jack Black too, right?
Yeah, and then I guess they were teaming up. Or actually, no, Jack Black, he owns like an arcade place or something like that. And then there's Giovanni Ribisi. He's got the electricity powers. And crazy shit happens. That's all I remember. And bad news for Jack Black's character.
Yeah, I was a fan. Yeah, casually. Like I remember, I would watch it out of order. Like I never watched an entire. Well, until recently. Like when it's on Netflix now, so I watched maybe like the first 3 seasons entirely. But as a kid, I would watch it like here and there, like catch it rarely, because it used to scare me. Like as a kid, it used to creep me out.
I think you've seen the Chupacabra episode, right?
Yeah.
That was creepy. It's like it's stuff that you've learned from like real, folklore.
Yeah.
And they just incorporate that into the show to make it like realistic. So.
Yeah, like just coming back and watching the first episode, it was cool to see old characters that you kind of remember or you knew, and I'm sure for fans who are more dedicated can appreciate it more than we can, but it was so cool for us to watch it. I was enjoying the first episode.
And yeah, the first episode was a nice recap. Pretty much, what is it? There was a narration by Mulder. He just pretty much tells you what's happening. It's like, I don't even need to watch the original shows anymore, because it just says it right there. And pretty much the message for the first episode, like everything they've been told by the government or the FBI has been a lie, and they should trust Joel McHale, his character.
Yeah. I think out of the two, I think you said this as well, is that the first episode I think is better than the second episode. It just covers, it's more overarching stuff. It's just like, this is what you wanted to get to, and compared to the previous series or the previous seasons, I think one of the reasons why I was never like that big into X-Files was because it's a procedural show. Like there's some episodes that are overarching, and then there's some episodes that are just like, okay, we're gonna go here, we're gonna investigate, we're gonna wrap up this investigation, and we'll never hear from this again.
But some of the procedural stuff, they're okay.
Yeah.
But here, like, this is a 6-episode miniseries, and 2 episodes have been aired so far. That means we have 4 episodes left. The second episode felt like it's a step back in terms of story progression.
Yeah, it was more procedural, right?
Yeah, I was hoping to see more of... the first episode, you have like this alien technology, so the government's been using this for decades, and they're trying to make people think that aliens are abducting them, but no, it was them all along.
Yeah.
And I wanted to find out more, and we have like 4 more episodes to go. I want to see, I don't know if they can cover that much ground, or they're hoping to have a new season renewed. But yeah,
and the second episode did cover on some pretty good stuff, especially from the original series. Mulder and Scully did have a kid, and then they put him up for adoption. And they kind of keep playing with that.
It's, I don't know, like the first time I was like, is this real, or is this a dream sequence? I thought like maybe it's a flashback, because I haven't been caught up on the show. So I'm thinking like the kid's there, but the kid got abducted like when he was like maybe like 10 years old or something. But apparently on that episode, the kid's like 15 years old, but he looks really young.
Yeah, and the whole thing with the kid and then the girl Molly. There's like this whole like conspiracy about like children with gifts and like kids that have rare deformities or
mutants.
Basically.
Yeah.
And it's the doctor has a connection to the government, but by the end of the episode it was just kind of like, okay, well then I guess none of that really mattered. Like the whole main thing was about, Mulder and Scully thinking about what life could have been if they had their son.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of, for me, kind of hokey. Just like, oh, here's Scully's turn to like have a dream sequence of the son that never were, or whatever, and you got Mulder like having his own dream sequence with him raising his kid with the making a rocket, a homemade rocket to fire up into the sky.
Yeah, and yeah, the first episode was definitely better story, definitely better pacing overall. Like it's just, you knew that this was gonna pick up right off where we last left off, and it was just gonna pick up in a big way. And like by the second one, they're just part of the X-Files now. It's like, all right, we're just here now. And
yeah.
Back to
my biggest gripe was like the transition from the first episode to the second episode. Like the end of the first one, you get the cigarette smoking man. He's like, oh, looks like the X-Files is back. And in the second episode, they're already in there. It was like no gradual transition. I want to see them slowly get back to it. I want to see a montage sequence of like just Mulder just being excited to be back in his office again, like just putting stuff on the wall. But nope, they're already there. They're doing their thing. It's like, wow, come on.
And I think especially like we've talked about this before in other podcasts where we're like the differences between Netflix series and like your standard TV shows is usually standard television, like network television has like a lot of filler episodes. They have a lot of like, say for Flash, or Arrow, villains of the week,
yeah,
where they can kind of build a show around a villain, but like keep some interesting stuff in there. But overall for Netflix, it's like each episode is like a continuation of the story you just saw in the other episode. So it's like it's got to keep moving forward, and that's why it's so addictive. That's why people love to binge watch on Netflix.
Yeah, I'm a huge Netflix fan, and I would like to binge watch. Let's say when Daredevil came out, Jessica Jones, Master of None, or whatever your favorite show is. It's just the story is engaging and it gets you hooked. For this one, I'm still interested in it. I just felt like the second episode was kind of filler. It was still kind of cool. Like these, you discover these kids that were being experimented on by this one hospital. So one kid has the power to, I guess, make your head hurt.
Yeah, it was like a weird, like high pitched scream sound or whatever.
And then there's another kid with the power to levitate things, like with telekinesis. So pretty much, these are kind of like the X-Men characters. Yeah, Jean Grey and a guy that can mess with your mind would be like Professor X.
Yeah, basically. And it was I still enjoyed the episode. It's just not, it was not as good as the first one.
Yeah, the first one I thought was very enjoyable. So hopefully next week's episode, they're going to move on forward. Because 4 episodes left. 4! Come on!
4 episodes left, and we don't even know if there's going to be another season after this.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be another season just because like the first episode premiered with over 13 million viewers. That's a lot. I think Fox, they're liking those numbers. So a second season of the new X-Files might be happening.
Or that, or just order more episodes, and maybe they just take a mid-season break and then come back for another 6, because I don't think you can just you can tell a good of a story with what they have, especially with the characters, in just 6 episodes.
Sure you can.
Because the next one looks like it's going to be another like weird episode because it's
if it's more of that procedural stuff, then 6 episodes, not enough.
Yeah.
But if it's continuing a story just fleshed out throughout like 4 more episodes, then I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, because judging from the trailer or the promo we saw, it's another them trying to find a monster kind of thing. That means there's only going to be 2 or 3 episodes left, and in those 3 episodes, are they going to be able to wrap up this whole story about Mulder and Scully and their child, and
I don't think so.
The smoking ban and their son and the aliens and the testing and the government and then the shadowy organization.
Yeah.
In 3 episodes.
We'll find out next week.
But yeah, tell us what you guys thought about the episode. Comment below. Let us know what you thought. Did you like the episode or the 2 episodes? Are you glad the X-Files are back? Other than that, subscribe, like. We do reviews throughout the week. All your favorite shows: Supergirl, X-Files, Flash, Agent Carter. Arrow, even maybe
Maybe DC's Legends of Tomorrow.
DC's Legends
Are
Tomorrow.
we gonna do Star Wars Rebels?
Star Wars Rebels,
I want to talk
maybe?
about that. Yeah.
Star Wars Rebels. Make sure to check out tomorrow. That's on Tuesday. Check out CW Fan Talk. We'll be on there. We're going to talk with Reverse Flash himself, along with some other big Flash fans.
Not Tom Cavanaugh's character.
No,
or
not Tom
actor,
Cavanaugh.
no.
Ebar Thawne.
Yeah.
But he's going to be on there. We're going to ask him some questions. So join us. Join the conversations. Let us know what you think. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.
See ya.